Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time here, my name is Beck. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so for today's topic, I thought it would be quite nice as a little follow on from last week's to do the perks of working on a cruise ship. Now, there are some obvious perks and there's some less obvious perks. So let's get right into it. One of the more obvious perks about working on a cruise ship for me would be that you've got your free accommodation. You're getting your food paid for, you're getting your room paid for, and you've got no bills to pay yourself. Now, some people obviously may have a mortgage back home, they may have a car payment, but there's no need, unless you have those things, for you to have any bills. Possibly a mobile phone bill that you want to keep going while you're there, just for the data, things like that. But there's no reason for you to have any outgoings at all when you're there, except what you're spending on the ship. Now, the things that you do spend money on the ship can be things like your drinks, but that will be discounted. You'll get discount on board in the restaurants, the specialty restaurants. You'll get discount in the shops, on the ships, in the shops, on the ships. And also you'll get discount on things like the excursions. Sometimes you might even get asked to accompany passengers because they're low on numbers and they need the support, and you'll get that excursion for free. So that's definitely worth finding out more about, because you'll get to see some amazing places, and again, you're not paying a penny for it. Another one of the more obvious perks would be discount. When you're off the ship and you're on your vacation, you'll get discount to go and cruise, or for your family to come on board and see you while you're working on board. Even if you want to go with your friends, they'll be entitled to a discount as well. Now, I think with some companies it does vary, because there may be no availability when they wanted to go. Obviously they need the occupancy or the non-occupancy of the cabins. So there are limitations there, but you still are entitled to your discount, and it's well worth taking advantage of. Free travel. This is, in fact, is not just free travel, because you're not just seeing places for free, you're actually getting paid to see them when you're working on board the ships. This is probably one of the main reasons that people actually go to work on the ships, because they're getting to see amazing places. They're waking up in new ports every other day, or every day in some cases. Sometimes you're seeing ports twice in one day. Depends where you are and what ship you're on. But this is one of the main draws, and definitely one of the reasons that I went to sea. Now, for me, one of the less obvious perks is going to be the people that you meet when you are working on the ships. Not just the passengers, but the crew, the staff that you meet. You make friends for life. I mean, I was on the ship more than 20 years ago, and I'm still in touch with the people, aside from my husband, obviously, the people that I met while I worked on board, because you do become that close and you are friends for life. And that's a really valuable thing, isn't it? Now, another one of the perks would be you don't get to do any housework when you're on the ships. The only thing you do, the only thing I had to do really, was the laundry. Now, it can make you a little bit lazy, because you know, when you're not doing these things, you're not cleaning up after yourself, you're not cooking any food. When I say you're not cleaning up after yourself, you are cleaning up after yourself, but you're not actually sort of deep cleaning the rooms like you would when you've got your own home. Also, the laundry, in some positions, you wouldn't even have to do that. I mean, officers can get their clothes laundered for them, so that would certainly be a perk. So another one of the perks would be when you're visiting the same ports week in, week out, it's worth building good relationships with the shop vendors and maybe even taxi drivers. We had a really good taxi driver, and it was only in the one port, but we used to use him week in, week out. When we were in St. Lucia actually, and there was a taxi driver there. He was amazing. He would, you're building a good relationship, you know you're not paying over the odds, so you're getting a good deal, and it brings in good business. And obviously with the shops, then you may be entitled to discounts, because then they know that you'll go back and tell the people that you're working with, and you'll recommend it, and word of mouth is one of the strongest advertisers even now. Being able to use the facilities that the passengers can use, probably limited to the times that you can use them, but being able to use the sports court, being able to use the gyms, being able to go to passenger bar areas is definitely a good perk of the job. There is a big divide because there will be some crew members that are allowed to go to certain areas and there will be some crew members that are not allowed. It'll depend on their working hours, what positions they are, and this is something that is quite difficult when you're on board, seeing how differently, maybe that's another video, people are treated when you are on board. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and drop me a comment if you've got any questions. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.